Okay, so to figure out if if someone has an annual salary of $50,000, how much would be deducted for Social Security taxes? First, Social Security taxes, if you're not familiar, is money that is taken out of your paycheck and in a sense saved for you um, throughout your working life so that when you retire, usually at about the age of 65 to 67, I think at this point it's going to be 67 pretty soon, you then begin to get an annual pension after you retire so that you can use that for part of the money that you live on after you retire. Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically just 7.65% of your salary. So to figure that out, you would take $50,000 and you would multiply it by 7.65, the percent divided by 100. So one thing you can do is you can maybe take this and turn it into a rate first. Basically, you take 7.65 and divide it by 100, and then you'd multiply that by 50,000. So again, I could take 7.65 divided by 100, enter. So that turns it into a rate, and then I multiply that by 50, 1, 2, 3, and I hit enter, and that says $3,825. Okay, so that would be the annual amount that would be taken out of your $50,000 paycheck. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out how much federal income tax would be taken out of it. Okay, to figure out how much in income tax you would pay, there are several things that can make a difference. There are things called deductions that mean that your salary can be, the amount that you have to pay taxes on can be reduced based upon different things. And there can be a lot of different things based upon if people who have children get to have deductions. So I'm going to, just for the purpose of this exercise, this assignment, I'm going to treat it like you're somebody who's just a single person. You don't have a lot of deductions left, but you're going to get what's called a standard deduction, where they take away a certain amount of your annual salary before they start taxing it. And that is what you call a standard deduction. And I think so I'm on the IRS website right here. And for a standard deduction, I believe it is $12,000. Actually, I'm looking at a tax form from the IRS. So basically what would happen is you'd fill out a tax form. You would put how much money you're making on line one. Don't worry, you don't have to fill out a form, but basically what I'm looking for is something here. It says there's a standard deduction that people get, and it's $12,550. I'm just going to round it to 12,500 since it won't make a big difference. So what we're going to do to figure out how much you would pay in taxes, we're assuming you're single and that's your only deduction. So we take whatever the salary is, $50,000, and we subtract 12,500. Again, I'm rounding it to 12,500. It's a little bit more, and we would get, so 50, 1, 2, 3 minus 12,500, enter, and you get $37,005 would be your taxable income. Okay, so I've added something over here that says step one. 37,500 is your taxable income, meaning you're only going to pay taxes on that amount right there, instead of paying it on all of the $50,000. Step number two is to take that taxable income and figure out how much the taxes are going to be based upon that income. So first thing you're going to do is go to irs.gov, hit enter. I'm already there, but hit enter. And then you're going to be going to, under the search, just type in tax tables, enter, tax tables, and then you should see tax tables right there. Okay, so when you get there, we're going to be basing it upon the year 2021. So you scroll down a little bit, and you're going to see the tax tables okay, so you start seeing these tables here. Well, what you have to do is you have to figure out the taxes you're going to pay, the big bold numbers here are going to be the annual income. So remember, our annual income was 37,500. So we're going to have to scroll down a bit until we get there. So I'm going to kind of go fast. Oh, so I passed it up. So 37,500 Oops, I went way too far, didn't I? Let's see. Scroll 37,000. Oops, geez, I need to go back there. Oh, golly. So it's really sensitive. Okay, so I see that it's 37, and then it goes like this. It goes in the column, so 37 and 38. So it's going to be 37,500. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Oops, there we go. So 37,500 is going to be, I'm going to use, I guess I'll just use this one right here. See how it goes? This says from 37,450 to 37,500. So it doesn't matter if it's this or this, if it's exactly 37,500. But what do we pay? Well, it's going to be one of these. Well, I need to figure out, okay, so this is the part where I may have to go all the way back to the top because, okay, there it is. So every page is going to show you. So we're pretending that we're single, right? You're pretending that you're single at this point in your life, and that's your salary. So it's going to be the first, here's the salary range in the bold letters. Single is right here. So I need to stay in this first column, basically, and I've got it right here. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so what that tells me is that for this salary range right here, the annual federal taxes would be $4,298, and that's the answer. 4,200, what did I say, 98? Okay, good. So finally, so those are the taxes. And so question number 6, which I haven't put here, but you're going to do next, is going to be what is your take-home pay per year? Well, all you would do is you would take 37,500 and you would subtract, no, you wouldn't. Sorry. You take your 50,000, your beginning salary, and you'd subtract first, you'd subtract this amount over here for Social Security, so 3825. Then you'd also subtract the federal income tax of 4298. And what would that be? Hold on. Okay, so again, it would be 5123 minus 3825 minus 4298. Enter. So your take-home pay would be $41,877. That's what you would get to keep annually. To figure out, so 41,877. So I haven't made question 6 yet, but I'm going to make question 6, and it's going to ask what your annual take-home pay would be. And then the next question 7 would be what would the monthly amount be, and it would be divided by 12, and you would get 3,400 and rounds up to $90. So it's $3,490. That would be your take-home monthly pay after taxes, based upon a $50,000 a year salary, and the assumptions again that we made that you only have that one major standard deduction.